Hi Virgo, here's a general look at your solar chart for May 2013. This is quite a powerful month because there's going to be a couple of eclipses. The first eclipse is a big solar eclipse happening on May the 10th in Taurus. It'll be seen from the southern hemisphere and it will be particularly affecting the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, but also all of the signs. It's in a very good angle to your sign actually. All of the signs, if you know where you've got an important point or your sun or your moon within the zone of the degrees, and the degrees will be, and the rising sign as well actually, but the degrees will be between around about 11 to 27 degrees, which in the case of Taurus will be from the 1st of May to the 18th of May, but sort of ditto for the rest of the signs. So roughly from the beginning of the month, so for Scorpio it would be November, and Leo it would be August, and Aquarius it would be February, sort of roughly the 1st of the month to the 18th of the month. That is in the real strong center of the energy, but of course the energy just kind of peters out, and it will affect the whole of the signs on either side of those degrees or those dates in any of the signs, depending on which part of your natal chart that's in. Hope I'm not getting too complicated here, but you Virgos do like details. There's going to be and then that solar eclipse is in, as I say, it's in a very, very good angle for you Virgo. It's in a very expansive outgoing area, and the eclipse energy will unfold over several months to come, allowing for good change to come into those areas there, and for you to a certain degree steering that change energy, because that's what the eclipse energy is. It's about new beginnings in those areas there. So for you that will be connected to maybe travel, foreign connections, but also teaching, guidance, mentoring, either from you or to you. Definitely expanding. It's a lot of expansion energy for you. And then the other one on the 25th is a smaller lunar eclipse affecting Sagittarius, Gemini, but also you Virgo and your opposite sign Pisces, and that is more the beginning part of the sign, the first half of the sign that will feel that energy the most, and again for you that will be to do with your, maybe your place on the map, and maybe your general direction in life, where you're going from here. It'll be to do perhaps with parental figures or bosses or officials or bureaucracy. It will be to do with where you're anchored as well. So it could be the change energy is affecting those two areas there. It's a neutral energy. It doesn't have an opinion. It's just up to you to utilize the gear changing energy in the way that you want. Now, until the 21st, the sun is in a very outgoing, expansive area of your solar chart, tends to raise the spirits and helps you to get out of your routine box, to get out of your routine set of parameters. Some of you could have itchy feet. It's great for travel. It's great for connecting with foreigners, you know, in person, over the wires. It's just great to get out of the daily grind, to start seeing the bigger horizons, getting the bigger picture, not sweating the small stuff, even though I know that that is your area of expertise, Virgo, the small stuff, and synthesizing the small stuff. During this period that you're in now, you may feel more enthusiastic, fuller of ideas, and perhaps that involves a bit of research. This area is also about education, teaching, guiding, mentoring, whether that's coming towards you or coming from you, and it's a great time to plan about a new project, plan about a new venture, plan about some sort of a change. And however it is for you, you're likely to be able to access, and you should be able to access. It's good for you to get, you know, some place where you can just zoom out and refresh your mental palette, your mind, your spirit, and just yeah. And then from the 21st, you'll probably be taking your targets or overall direction in life more seriously. Bosses, officials, bureaucracy, parents, that could have your attention. You may be more aware of outer image, reputation, how you project yourself, how you're packaging something. So that's happening from there. And then Mercury, your ruling planet, well, until the 16th, your mind is going to be more travel conscious, more travel orientated, or more education conscious, or more planning conscious. You know, conversations, correspondence could be centered around the planning of something, connecting further out, putting out feelers further afield, putting the word out in some way, or getting, you know, the bigger picture, and definitely a time for strategies, joining up the dots, and linking with those further afield, or those who've got specialist area, they're good at certain things, expert in certain ways, can give good advice, and definitely somebody with that kind of background or a different cultural background, refreshing your slant on things, and maybe having to look into the legal side of things as well a little bit more than you normally would. And then from the 16th, discussions and correspondence and ideas may revolve around short-term plans, longer-term considerations as well. You know, how the outer image of things, but also career, your direction, where you're going from here, a new enterprise, and connecting with anybody who could facilitate your lesser goals or your bigger aims and ambitions, and you keeping your ear to the ground, you communicating and expressing yourself in the best way that you can to get the results that you desire, and something about vehicles, transport, communications equipment, that could be more on your mind, or that could be the subject of paperwork conversations or whatever. And then from the 31st, Mercury, your ruling planet, puts the mental focus on mixing and mingling and gathering in a kind of group experience. You could glean a lot of information through group connections, but also through friends, new ones, old ones. Discussions and ideas will tend to be very future orientated or very unconventional, quirky, offbeat, you know, unique, that sort of feel here, that sort of vibe. And you could start thinking along new and unusual lines. It's a quick sort of energy, it's a buzzy energy, it's an energy you'll probably like. And unusual experiences could be coming your way, Virgo. But definitely this is a sort of progressive time for you. And not so much what you know, but who you know and what you can achieve together with them or through them. And Mercury actually is going to be there for a long time. It's going to be there until the 9th of August. Now, until the 10th, places and faces at a distance may have more of your, maybe more appealing to you, or you have warmer connection with them than people right here. No, but I mean as well. Also could be connected to a foreign culture, or somebody who's got the advice or the expertise or the knowledge, or indeed others for whom you have the advice, expertise and the knowledge. You're more likely to connect with teachers at this time. At this time a teacher can come to you, or you may be just that special teacher for somebody else. And also if you are putting out something in a bigger kind of way or across a wider stage, that could be lucrative for you. And you and someone could really team up in this area here. You and someone, you know, in that communications area, education, but also launching a new enterprise. And then from the 10th, Venus is at the top of your solar chart. Great place for it to be, lighting up authority figures, parental figures, bosses, authority, officials, that kind of thing, and giving you an ally, or maybe even a set of allies who are in a position to help you, who are in a position of power. You look up to them in some way, and could be supporting you, could be facilitating you. Turn that around, you may be that friendly person in a position of power who is facilitating and supporting others to achieve their aims, which is right up your street, Virgo. And then, and we need you and we appreciate you. Now, until the 31st, Mars is in an area where you will be gathering information or learning through doing. Very much, again, this feeling of expansion. It's in the same area as the Sun, actually. So learning a lot of new stuff, a bit of a learning curve there, and having to get decisive about things, having to get active, deciding how, you know, how to do this and how that's going to be. And some of you getting out and about more, connecting with people that maybe have different opinions. Yeah, that could very much be, you know, Mars likes a little bit of a dust up. Mars can be quite confrontational, so that channels through you and makes you a little bit more assertive. But, you know, maybe that's not a bad thing, as long as it's not aggressive. It's just, you know, constructively assertive, of course. But it might not be like that. Mars here, like where the Sun, you know, the same energy really is to helping you to expand, to get out of the usual box, shake out the cobwebs, breathe in some fresh air, you know, get into the field, get into a different field of interest, get out of your routine box, reach out, and again, teacher, guide, interpreter, figure coming your way, or you are seen as that by others. And then from the 31st is a period when you may be feeling more competitive, more worried about packaging something, image, very much working hard in order to get those things right, to achieve certain aims, goals, ambitions. If you keep your cool, you can do well with achieving the master plan, even though others seem to be, you know, incompetent, uncooperative, whatever. You know, keep your cool and you can make progress with the master plan, but also with lesser goals and ambitions. Until June, Jupiter has a little way to run now with this long transit since last June in your area of career and overall life direction, meaning more doors swinging open into new, you know, fresh areas of interest, new paths to go down. Not all of them the best, but you just have to filter and sort of, you know, just cherry pick those ones that are the best way for you to go in life, and definitely learning a lot as you go along, and feeling and you could be learning it in a formal sense as well, you know, in doing a course or doing training of some kind, or being the giver of the training yourself. But definitely a time when you can identify more your own identity with what you do for a living. This is this is what the gift that's on offer here from Jupiter being here. Or maybe it's not the day job, maybe it's something you're doing, you know, that's just on the side of your, like, your main work. You Virgos born between the 6th and the 18th of September, or with 16 to 25 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. From late 2012, Saturn has been in a transit which is challenging you to work more diligently through communications, media, speaking, writing, the arts, education, publications, also through, you know, being very much up to speed with what's new on the block sort of thing, maybe coming and going more, short distance travel, and you should be developing all through those areas there. Creative self-expression is another way to put that, and also your people skills. Definitely a feeling of maybe having to deal more with deadlines and more with lists in this communication area here. and educational area here, and getting your head around new bits of kit, new equipment, right up your street again, Virgo, and also to do with vehicles. And it's over this long transit of Saturn here, it's likely that at the end of this transit you will have learned that certain perceptions, whether they're yours or other people's, are not necessarily the truth. And you Virgos born between the 28th of August and the 1st of September, with 5 to 9 degrees rising, going to feel the energy the most this month. But remember, it's such a long transit that that'll sort of pulse out throughout the whole of the sign, but that's where the energy will be felt the most. And the planets Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, if you want to see how they're influencing your sign at the moment, or which part of your sign they're influencing the most, then go to my website and you'll find that there. And that's it for May. And if you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those, because it'll sort of add to or subtract from what I've said.